WAVE TV3, Louisville.
Again, everybody, Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go. Another big day, championship wrestling. Love it.
Oh, I tell you what, opening match today, we're going to have Hector Guerrero back in here. Hector, young man from Mexico City. Yeah, he was with us some time ago. He'll be back single match today against Gypsy Joe. Tom Maley, David Price will be going against Tojo Yamamoto, and handsome Jimmy Valiant will be in the ring this morning. Also, we're going to have Koko, Ware, Tommy Gilbert going against the Angel and Skull Murphy. Look at that team together, Angel and Skull Murphy.
Enough hair there to weight down anything.
That's true. And then big expiration of time match coming up later on. Dr. Bill Irwin, David Oswald against Tommy Rich, Wildfire, and the superstar, Bill Dundee.
By golly, I'll tell you, in addition to that, Dave, we have some great videotape that the Championship Wrestling cameras caught. Among those will be a match that'll feature the World Heavyweight Champ, Billy Robinson, going against Tony Charles in a non-title bout.
Yeah,
that's just one. We have lots of others, too, so you stay right there. If we're going to get it done, we better get it on. Be back in just one moment.
What's so special about our chicken dinner special? 3 boneless white meat chicken flanks, hand-cut from the breast of the chicken.
What they're doing to chicken these days.
Golden fries, crunchy hush puppies, and fresh coleslaw. All at a very special price.
Now, that's a meal.
Our chicken dinner special at a special price.
We know the times are tough. To save for things is rough. Inflation's high, it's hard to buy things you'll never have enough. Well, you can get it now. At Renko, we can show you how. Like craft your style, why wait a while? When you can get it now. At Renko, you can get it now.
See the white pages for your nearest Renko store.
Keep the motor running.
When people need something in a hurry, the first place they usually look is the yellow pages. And the first things they usually look at are the ads. So if you own a business, take an ad in the GTE yellow pages, because it quickly gives your customers all the information they need.
Oh, can you come to Main and First? It's right in front of the bank.
Trust your auto body repair work to the professionals. The professionals at Evans Body Shop. The professionals, Ray Whiteside, Chesley Wicks, Harvey, and Chris, have 70 years of combined experience in the body repair business. And when it's wrecker service you need, they're there when you need them. Accept their bids on repairs, and the wrecker service is free anywhere in the Jefferson County area. And Evans will provide a free loaner car if necessary. Call Evans Body Shop at 966-0882 or stop by the shop. They're right off Preston near Fern Valley Road.
Opening bout today on Championship Wrestling is going to be Gypsy Joe and Hector Guerrero. Mentioning of that name, we want to call him in here right now. It's been quite some time since we've seen this very fine Mexican wrestler. Hector, really good to have you back. I got to tell you, I guess of all the guys that we've ever had around Championship Wrestling, we've had as many people ask, how about Hector, and when's he coming back, and so forth. Really delighted to see you around. We've seen you earlier, of course, but not here on Championship Wrestling.
Well, I'm very, very, very delighted to be back. Not only here in Tennessee, but everywhere where this beautiful TV goes. I want to say that you people have been beautiful. I've remembered you always, and now that I'm back, I'm happy to be back.
Let me just update the people on a couple of things that I think that's worth mentioning. Every time I see you, you've already put away another title of something like that. You were the co-holder of the Tri-State Tag Team Championship belt. Additionally, I think one of the great accomplishments is the fact that in the vacated Southern Heavyweight title, You entered the tournament, and in the areas where, and of course we've had the title matches in various areas, you're down to the quarterfinals, partner, and that's a lot of pedaling right there to get through the guys that you've already done. You're coming up, however, against the great big one, the Big Dream Machine. That bout will be held in Memphis, Tennessee, coming up with Hector Guerrero in the quarterfinal match.
Well, I'm looking forward to this bout. I'm sure the Dream Machine knows what he does, and I don't know if he knows what I know what to do. But I'm be there 100%, naturally, with you, the people, as my supporting card, and I'll do my best.
Okay, Hector, good luck to you. We're delighted to have you back in here again, partner. We're looking forward to seeing you in the ring against Gypsy Joe. Okay, Davey, I think we're ready for that first wrestling action. Good to see Hector back.
Yes, indeed. Hector making his way up to the ring right now. And here comes his opponent, Gypsy Joe, up to the ring. As far as official introductions go, from Romania to, Gypsy Joe jumping Hector over in the corner. Before the introductions can be done or anything, boy, Gypsy Joe climbed in the ring, jumped Hector. He doesn't even have his warm-up jacket off. Joe thrown him through the ropes down on the floor. Hector climbing back up on the apron. Joe not want to let him in the ring. Hector on the apron through the ropes. Oh, Joe. Good grief.
Joe really going after him. Man, oh, man.
Hector is still wearing his warm-up jacket. Hasn't had a chance to get it off. Gypsy Joe right on top of him before the bell sounded, and he's continued to pound on him over near Hector's corner. Joe's using an open hand, but it's vicious. Let me tell you, he's using that in the lower part of the arm. He's also using a little choke there.
No, that's not so legal.
It certainly isn't.
Gypsy Joe coming in there with a lot of anger and evidently a spoiler attitude. Hector, as we said earlier, made it to the quarterfinals for the vacated Southern Heavyweight title, and Joe's trying to show everybody that he's the one that ought to be there.
That's right. Yeah, he's unhappy about something. Anyway, it's been all Gypsy Joe so far, and we're about a minute and a half into the action. Joe wrapping a hand around Hector Guerrero's throat. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there.
This is not exactly the kind of return that Hector was looking forward to on championship wrestling, I'll tell you, or any other time. Good.
There he goes through the ropes again, down to the floor, caught himself on his feet. On the apron, Joe, bottom of the foot, planted in the top of Hector Guerrero's head. We're at the 2-minute mark. Gypsy Joe. Joe with Hector back on the ropes, bends him back into those ropes, and there's that top.
Hector has just had no chance to get started. Joe has been all over him this entire bout thus far.
Hector on the ropes, on one knee. Gypsy Joe fighting. Boy, 2 minutes, 45 seconds gone. Gypsy Joe continues to be in control of the match. Hector Guerrero back in the area not too long, and his first time back on championship wrestling in quite some time. Oh, here he comes. He knows how to use the chop himself, looks like. He staggered Joe briefly, but then Gypsy Joe grabs and picks him up in the air, and there's a body slam on Guerrero. A cover by Gypsy Joe, count of 2. Guerrero breaks the cover at the 2 count. We're at 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes into the action. Hector tried to get it down in the flip. We got him 1, 2, and 3. It's all over. Hector Guerrero. Good move. Boy, he had been pummeled the entire match. For 3.5 minutes by Gypsy Joe. But he used his head. And he got Joe down in the sunset. held those shoulders down for the 3 count and still has his warm-up jacket on that he had not had a chance to take off. But the win in the match goes to Hector Guerrero. The time on it, 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Right now, it's over to Lance.
Okay, Dave, man. Oh, man, what a blistering opener that was with Hector Guerrero coming back to get Joe, but what a sensational start. You know, we mentioned a little bit earlier that we would have it on the opening, as a matter of fact, and we will, in fact, have the videotaped highlights of a match between the world heavyweight champion, Billy Robinson, and in a non-title bout with Tony Charles. Champ, Billy Robinson, glad to have Billy here, and I got to say this, Billy, I knew, obviously, what a great wrestler that you are. I have always been impressed with Tony Charles. He's a super junior heavyweight, a former champion, and I really was astounded as to how Tony was able to stay in there with you in that one-fall 10-minute match that you had. As a matter of fact, it went to a draw. If you can wait just a second, we'd like for you to watch some of the highlights and watch this, friends, some great, incredible wrestling right here. Charles hanging with the bridge, and as Billy went up, look at a monkey flip. Takes him over, has his shoulders down, but he gets pulled off of there. Robinson caught, shifted around, may have it. No, and look at the moves by these two wrestlers. Look at that Robinson. He just wheels him around. Robinson deceptively strong, we've said. Boy, count of 1, and Robinson makes the turn. It's hard, 1. The referee getting a 1.5, and they are really converting here. Billy Robinson kicked and caught, and Charles back into the corner. Back up, but Robinson, and on top, straight over. Nice. Look at Tony Charles. Both wrestlers. We're down now to 15 seconds of wrestling time, or there about it. And Robinson with that backbreaker. Oh, man. 1, 2, and Tony escapes it. 10 seconds to go. Think we've got a draw right here. Robinson drops him down once again. Count of 1. He may have it, but Charles kicks out. Tojo. And that's going to be it. The bell time, 10 minutes in time, and the bout is going to end in a draw between Tony Charles and Billy Robinson. 1 ball, 10 minutes time on the bout between Charles and Robinson. Sensational match, I got to say that. But again, I want to repeat, Billy, no doubt about it. You got all the credentials, you got the title and everything else. You're a great wrestler. Tony Charles amazed me with his speed. I was astounded you couldn't beat him. It ended up in a draw, Billy, and
You really want me to answer?
well, the fact of the matter is, I'm wondering what your comments about not being able to beat Tony Charles.
Well, the first thing, basically, Tony Charles, as far as I'm concerned, should be the junior heavyweight champion. How he lost the title is, you can't cry over spilt milk, but to me, he is the best junior heavyweight around in the world today, bar none. Both physically, strength-wise, conditioning, and knowledgeable. And a super chap. Welshman. I've got nothing bad to say about the man. But really, when it all boils down to it, he is still a junior heavyweight. Now, junior doesn't mean in age, it just means in weight. And Tony may be the greatest of the little men around in the world. But when you put a big man against a little man, the big man of the same ability is always going to win. You know, I'm really, and that's what
Well, you didn't, though.
Okay, I didn't. Well, because it was a 10-minute
time.
Okay, it's like chess. You go out and beat a man, to try and beat a man in 3 moves. And maybe in 3 moves you can't beat him, but in 5 moves, you get the job done. In other words, you can beat the man if you had those 2 extra moves. If I'd have had that extra 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no matter how, over the long haul, the weight difference is going to tell. And he's just going to fade away.
In a longer match, then you're saying Billy Robinson would have beaten Tony Charles?
Without a doubt. I'm the world heavyweight champion, and I want to say this to all my fans here. You know, there's a lot of people out here that give disparaging remarks, a lot of people that give vulgar hand signs when I go into the ring, and that's great. That just shows their ignorance. And some of the genuine wrestling fans that understand the sport of wrestling, of which I believe that I'm pretty good, appreciate me. But my feelings have always been the same. I don't really care what anybody thinks about me on the outside. Because when I go into the ring, I go in the ring with one thing in mind, and that is to win. And I am going to win because I am a winner. And it's not just in this area. I just came back from Japan where I won a big trophy. I was going to bring it down today, and I didn't want to show it.
I had heard about it, and I congratulate you.
Well, thank you very much. But seriously, I'm going to be wrestling in Texas. I've got to go to Chicago next week. I've got to go to Mexico. I defend this title all over the world, not just in one little area. And the people around the world appreciate Billy Robinson for his performance in the ring, because when I go in the ring, I give it my fullest. And if anybody beats me in the ring, it's because they're a better man on the night. But they're only on the night, because nobody is a better man than me over the long haul, as I said before.
I again say you're the world heavyweight champion. I would like to see a little longer match between Billy Robinson and Tony Charles. I don't think it's as automatic as you indicate that the big man is going to always beat the little man in there, Billy.
Oh, listen, you put Max Baer against Mickey Walker or Muhammad Ali against Sugar Ray Leonard, just the same thing. It's just little men.
Okay.
Nice little men, a very talented little man. Just little men.
Well, there it is, a champion with lots of confidence in himself, and he's got reason, too. He holds the world heavyweight title. It was a highlight in Wrestling Championship Wrestling. Cameras caught. We wanted you to see it. We got more of it. We'll be back right after we take time out for this. Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens, Jerry the King Lawler faces the universal heartthrob Austin Idol, the latest of the Jimmy Hart assassins. Jerry, the stipulation that is provided on this bout for Jimmy Hart, explain it to me. I don't understand it.
Well, you can read it right there, Lance. It says Jimmy Hart's gold record is at stake. Now, let me explain it to the people out here so they can understand. You know, Jimmy Hart's gone a call all around the country, and he's looking for some big, mean, tough wrestler that thinks they can put me back out of wrestling, because that's what Hart wants. And he's called in the Dream Machine, he's called in Paul Ellering, and now he's called in Austin Idol. Well, Hart thinks that I'm just going to be tickled to death to jump in the ring and wrestle all of these clowns and then not get a shot at him. You know, it was fine when I wrestled Ellering or the Dream Machine, because if I beat him, I was going to get my hands on Jimmy Hart. But he went to the promoters and said, no more, I'm not getting in the ring with Lawler anymore. Well, I want to hurt Hart, and I intend to do it either physically or mentally. And you know, I realized, and I knew full well, that there's one thing that is so more important to Hart than his own physical well-being. And because I know it is, because he talked about it while we were together, that's all I heard day in and day out. I'll give the devil his due. Back in 1966, he got a gold record with Keep On Dancing, him and the Gentry. And he's got that gold record, and he's so proud of it, hanging on his wall. Well, I told Eddie Marlin to get in touch with Hart, and if I'm going to wrestle Austin Idol, who is the man that put me in the hospital 3 times with a broken hand, almost blinded me with internal bleeding, then if I beat him, I'm going to get Hart's gold record. And, buddy, this is one match that this is going to be the biggest match of the year in Louisville, Kentucky for me, because, Idol, I hate your guts almost as bad as I hate Jimmy Hart. I'm going to show you what the inside of the Louisville hospital looks like. And after I beat you, Idol, I'm going to take Jimmy Hart's gold record that's so precious to him. You know, there's already some gold at the bottom of that Ohio River, and we're going to see if that record of yours will float, Hart, because that's where I'm going to throw it when I win it up there Tuesday.
Tuesday night, be there. Okay, we're back right here, Championship Wrestling. And by golly, we've got a tag team championship, not championship, a tag team match coming up there with Tojo Yamamoto and the handsome Jimmy Valiant in a bout that they should be victorious on. Well, there he is, the erstwhile top 10 manager, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy,
oh, God,
you are really joyous.
That's great. Excuse me, Mr. Russell, I'm so happy to be here from Mexico City. I'll give it 100%. Man, Hector Guerrero looks like he's got infectious hepatitis. Where'd he leave his muscles? Back in Mexico City? And he's going to go against the Dream Machine, the greatest professional athlete in the world.
They're meeting in the quarterfinals, Jimmy, obviously.
Man, does he know the Dream Machine weighs 72 pounds more than him? Does he realize that?
He does outweigh Hector.
Oh, man, I think it's like Billy Robinson summed up a while ago, as much as I hate to admit it. A good big man can beat a good little man any day of the week, man. Hector, please, do me a favor. Please, don't come down there, man, because I'm telling you, he's going to eat you up like a hot burrito, baby, because the Dream Machine is the greatest athlete in the world. You people over there know that the Dream Machine is the greatest in the world. And I'm going to prove it to the world because I'm the greatest manager in the world. And that's all I've got to say, baby. And when he wins it, I'm going to take him to all the towns all over everywhere, and the people are going to have such a pleasure to see the greatest athlete.
I'm sure that the Dream Machine is continuing to have some comments about Jerry the King Lawler in there because that was one he didn't win.
No
and he
sweat.
was bigger than Lawler.
I have got a master plan. A master plan. And the Dream Machine will be the greatest professional athlete in the world and my champion. And that's all I got to say, Russell.
Good. That's fine with me. Jimmy Hart making some comments about his man, the Dream Machine. Okay, we got this tag match, Dave. I had to call it the way I see it. This is one that Tojo and Handsome Jimmy ought to win. They're going against a couple of young fellows that are not as big and not as experienced. But Handsome Jimmy's ready to hit that bell. I've seen some matches. Well, go ahead.
It's going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing at a total weight of 387 pounds over on the right-hand side of the screen as we see him in the ring. It will be Tom Maley from Memphis. Well, Handsome Jimmy's on both sides of the ring along with Tojo. Their opponents, though, Tom Maley and David Price, both from Memphis, Tennessee, and at 469 pounds total weight from Japan, Tojo Yamamoto, and from New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant. That is referee Jerry Calhoun. You're looking at this is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit tag team match.
Okay. Jackets off. We haven't got the shade off yet. There come the shades. Handsome Jimmy, Tojo Yamamoto, Tom Maley will be starting over there. David Price on the outside. Tojo starting on this side. And here we go. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Maley coming out. The young fella moves in quick, rolls Tojo over and down. Yamamoto irritated by the fact that he again was caught with that rolling arm lock. He took him over and bounced him down. Tojo back up. That was David Price you saw in the background. Jimmy is assuring us that Tojo, that won't happen to Tojo again. Well, if he keeps doing things like that, he raked him right across the eyes. At least that's what it looked like from here. Handsome Jimmy watching his partner, Tojo Yamamoto, at work in the ring.
For a match like this, for Jimmy Valiant and Tojo, the first couple of minutes are the most dangerous because if they are overlooking their opponents, as they probably are, they can get surprised by young fellows like this.
David Price makes the tag in and maybe wishes he hadn't as Yamamoto unloads immediately with the chops on him. Hammers him hard into the rope. Fires on the whip. Chops him coming off. And Yamamoto continues to dominate. Now, he tags big Handsome Jimmy. Who wound his yo-yo right up. Count of 1, 2, 3.
Well, Jimmy was right. It didn't happen again. They were in control the rest of the way.
Silver in there. The young king of David Price, Tom Maley. On the outset, there were no match for the veteran team of Yamamoto and Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Maley gave it what he had. The minute Price got in there, Jimmy hollering another midget hit the dust. That's his new theme song.
Minute 31.
Minute 31 seconds is all it took, and by golly, that is it for the second bout of championship wrestling. We got lots more. Don't you dare go away. Back in a minute.
Now, food for thought from Consumer Reports. Is that bologna sandwich really a good buy? Consumer Reports found bologna highest in cost per pound of protein, compared with American cheese, tuna, and peanut butter. 4 times as expensive as peanut butter. Here's a popular barbecue chicken coating. Consumer Reports found it to contain over 50% total sugar, and a non-dairy creamer over 65% total sugar. So you see, in today's supermarket, you need more than just a shopping list. You need facts, and Consumer Reports gives you those facts without the sugar coating. By rigorously testing foods, home care products, appliances, automobiles, and much more. Yes, Consumer Reports gives you reliable brand name ratings on products and reliable facts about services and consumer issues. All here in this non-profit monthly magazine from America's leading independent product testing organization. Consumer Reports accepts no advertising, no free samples. Everything we test, we buy at retail, just as you do. That way, we're always free to speak out, to serve your interests only. The information in just one issue could save you many times the entire subscription price. This introductory offer brings you 11 regular monthly issues of Consumer Reports, plus the big 1982 buying guide when it's published. All yours for only $12. What's more, when your $12 payment is received, we'll send you 2 free gifts. First, this newly revised $5.50 guide to health problems and products, and this 432-page 1981 buying guide. Remember, both are yours at no extra cost. So you save $14.25 and go on saving, issue after issue. Phone 1-800-228-2200 because today's marketplace is no place to go it alone. Don't get taken. Get Consumer Reports. Phone right now, toll-free, 1-800-228-2200. That's 1-800-228-2200.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up here. And this one, let's see, is going to be, one fall, 15-minute time limit. That's correct. All right. Introducing, on the right of the screen, at a total weight of 445 pounds, from Union City, Tennessee, Koko Ware, and his partner from Lexington, Tennessee, Tommy Gilbert. Going against him, total weight of 487 pounds, with their manager, Jimmy Hart. From Portland, Oregon, the Angel, and from Pensacola, Florida, Skull Murphy. It's going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match with the referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, this is the first time we've seen Skull and the Angel together, and take a look at them. A real assemblage of hair up there. As both of them with their shaved heads. The bell, and here we go. Tommy Gilbert and Skull starting off.
Yes, sir. Tommy back on the ropes. Referee Jerry Calhoun here calling for a break. Got a quick one. Tommy Gilbert goes to the side headlock. Well, it goes to the headlock. Not really a side headlock on Skull Murphy. Murphy backs into the rope. Referee wants to break, and he gets one, but not a very clean one. As Skull Murphy fired that right hand just before he backed away from Tommy Gilbert on the rope. Tommy drops him off his feet down to the mat. Can't hold the shoulders down, though. Skull Murphy moving quickly. Tommy, a little twist on Murphy's left arm to the corner. Tags Koko. Holds that arm out there while Koko hits double forearm on it. Koko Ware goes back to the corner. The tag on Tommy Gilbert, and he returns the favor, holding that arm. Well, Tommy puts a boot on him. Quick tags by Koko Ware, Tommy Gilbert. Koko working on Skull Murphy, back to the corner. Tags Tommy again. Murphy looking for the tag, trying to figure out where the corner is so he can get there and tag his partner, the Angel. But he was a long way out of that corner, and he's kept a long way out of the corner by Koko and Tommy Gilbert. Koko lifting off his feet, body slamming. Closer to the tag, but no tag made. There's the tag on Tommy Gilbert by Koko. Murphy works his way over to the corner, gets the tag, and a big Angel from Portland, Oregon in. Fire in the forearm with that controversial phrase. That's the only word I can think of that would be proper. There's a cover by the Angel. The Angel with that brace on the right forearm. He's using that right forearm to pound Tommy Gilbert right across the back. Pretty and tough. Skull Murphy and the Angel, according to Jimmy Hart. They're tough. There's no doubt about that. Murphy back in. Tommy Gilbert tied up in his corner. The Angel from outside grabbing Tommy, holding it back in the corner. corner with a forearm and put Murphy down on the mat. Look out, the Angel steps in. The Angel is known for stepping into the ring just about any time without the benefit of a tag. This is neck snapped on the middle rope. Skull Murphy back in the center of the ring, grabs him. Tommy fires a forearm. He wants to get to the corner now, get the tag on Koko. We're 3.5 minutes into the action. 3.5 minutes gone. 15 minutes, the overall time limit in a one-fall match. The Angel with Tommy Gilbert on the mat. He's got a cover, count of 1, 2. A 2 is all he gets. Tommy Gilbert breaks the cover at the 2 count. Tommy Gilbert. Oh, started for the tag on Koko. Skull Murphy got him across the back before he could get there for the tag. Tommy. Whoops, back onto the rope. That knee lift, that vicious knee lift by Tommy Gilbert. The Angel goes after him. Koko, after the tag, goes after Skull Murphy. Koko and Murphy, the 2 legal men in the ring. Tommy Gilbert working on the Angel. Look out, the referee trying to get Tommy back to the corner. The Angel, with that brace on his forearm, slugged Koko. Count is 2, 3, and Skull Murphy has just gotten the 3 count and the win over Koko Ware.
Not only are they pretty, but they're great. Look.
Boy, Skull Murphy and the Angel. Boy,
there is really an example of beauty being in the eye of the beholder.
Absolutely. Absolutely, in the eye of the beholder. Time on it was 4:53, and that controversial brace, as we had mentioned earlier in the match, figures in the match again.
Angel has made that a byword among all of the guys that he's in there with. There's no doubt about it. So, regardless of whatever they look like, the Angel and Skull Murphy did it. Koko Ware and Tommy Gilbert. Speaking about controversial in regard to the brace, I guess a guy who will create as much controversy and conversation as anybody I know goes under the handle of the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol. One and only. Austin is coming everybody's way, and he had some messages to say. Let's listen to Austin Idol.
Right now, that is paramount on the minds of all wrestling fans throughout the entire wrestling world is the return of Jerry Lawler. Now, Jerry Lawler's had some bad times in the past, in his past wrestling career, and as a matter of fact, if you ask him, any wrestling fan can go up to Jerry Lawler, and it makes no difference where it's at. If it's in Memphis, if it's in Louisville, Kentucky, if it's in Lexington, Kentucky, it makes no difference, and they can ask Jerry Lawler himself, Lawler, who is the man that has inflicted more pain, more misery, and more agony on your body than any other wrestler that you've ever wrestled? And immediately he'll answer without hesitation, well, it's Austin Idol. It's the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol. There's no question about it. He's hospitalized me with internal bleeding. He's broken my arm, and he's blinded me, almost permanently blinded me, almost 2 years ago to the day that hospitalized me and made me think I would never be able to see my family again. Jimmy Hart apparently wants Jerry Lawler put back out of wrestling and has offered Austin Idol a large sum of money to do so. And I told him directly, without hesitation, Hart, I don't need your money and I don't need you. I hate Jerry Lawler probably more than you do. And I'm sure that Jerry Lawler hates the guts in Austin Idol's body. As a matter of fact, that's the only thing we have in common. Like I said before, I hate your stinking guts. And if you think for one moment you're going to tell everybody in the world that you're the king again and that you've done it all, well, darling, you're going to have to face me head on. And we'll find out once and for all who the true king of wrestling is. You remember one thing, when nobody could beat Billy Robinson for 1 year straight, Austin Idol defeated him in one night. And it just so happens you were still laid up with your injury. want to prove something to yourself, and I know you want to prove something to the few fans that you do have. But you've bit off a little too much than you can chew, darling, because now you've got the heartthrob, and I'm coming at you, and believe me, if I get my figure 4 Las Vegas leg lock on you, Lola, there's not a team of wild horses that can tear it apart. Lola, I'm coming. Get your Finney ready.
He is, the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol, and laying it down. Boy, I'll tell you, he's something else. Action, we got more of it. Stay right where you are. Back in a moment. Okay, we're going to be back to Wave Country's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. A little bit ago, you heard about some of it out and the big main event action that's coming up with the King and Austin Idol. And, by golly, we wanted to give you the entire card coming up Tuesday night, right down there at the Louisville Garden. Former champions, the Bounty Hunters, with Jimmy Kent, will be returning against former champions Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. The Angel and Skull Murphy will be in against Rick Morton and Sonny King. The Dream Machine, a single match, going against a tough guy out of Las Vegas, Ken Lucas. Then a pole strap match when Bill Superstar Dundee and Tommy Wildfire Rich will be battling handsome Jimmy Valiant and Tojo Yamamoto with that pole strapped to the side, and somebody can get up and get it. They can use it in the ring legally. And finally, the King, Jerry Lawler, and Austin Idol going at it in a single match. And you better believe Tuesday night will be the place to be, the Gardens.
I don't have a whole lot of time to spend on shopping, and I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on shoes. That's why I shop at Pick Shoes. All the brands and styles I like are right here in one location. They always seem to have my size and the color I'm looking for, too. And when it comes to prices, I'm convinced that Pick has the best discount prices in town. Dress shoes, casuals, athletic shoes, and boots. And Pick has a great selection of handbags to go with them, too. Pick sure makes shopping for shoes easy. Pick Shoes in Hurstbourne and on Brownsboro Road.
Say, if you're between 45 and 75 years of age, you can still get life insurance up to $5,000 without taking a physical. Hi, I'm Dennis James. Physicians Life Insurance Company is announcing a modified whole life insurance plan that guarantees that you will be accepted. No question about it. You cannot be turned down. It guarantees that your policy cannot be canceled and your premiums will never increase. Something to think about in these days of high inflation. For details about this amazing offer, look in this week's Sunday paper.
Things that are put up at stake, Dave, hair and so forth, and matches. One of them is, and it's always kind of a very deliberate and a very serious thing when they have a loser-leave town match. One of them took place, as a matter of fact, when Bill Dundee, Tommy Rich, and Carl Fergie went against Handsome Jimmy, Tojo Yamamoto, and the Dream Machine. I want you to take a look at all of this. There were a lot of people like myself that were kind of upset about the whole thing, but that is the way it went. You watch the action, and let's take a look right now. six-man tag match with the severest of penalties in respect to the wrestler's future. The loser of the fall must leave town. Tojo Yamamoto, the Dream Machine, and Handsome Jimmy against Bill Dundee, Carl Fergie, and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Referee is Paul Morton. We're a couple of minutes into the official start of the bell. There's been more action than that, but a lot of it was unofficial. And the big Dream Machine, missing Dundee, hits the deck right in the middle. Yamamoto down the ropes, nails Dundee with a jab. And Dream tags Handsome Jimmy to come in on Dundee. Chokehold from Jimmy, picks Bill up by the hair, and Dundee whips him with a right hand. Goes after Valiant with both hands at the throat, but the Dream grabs him, and Tojo comes in to take over. Giving everybody his best shot. Big. And the Dream Machine puts Dundee down on the floor. Well, everybody's out of it. We're grabbing microphones and everything else we can grab. Right here in front of us, Fergie and the Dream Machine blasting away. This has been wild. We're coming up on 5 minutes. After the touch of Rich, Valiant got back and tagged Yamamoto, so Handsome Jimmy out. Whip in. Dundee tags. Comes over to put him down. 1, 2. But Handsome Jimmy breaks it up. Boy, the referee just having a terrible time trying to keep any kind of order here. Again, Yamamoto goes for the eyes of Dundee. Dundee snapped off that top rope by the Dream Machine. Yamamoto picked him up and chopped him. Dream Machine into the turnbuckle as Dundee went out. Billy slipped away and the Dream hit it, but he's up. Whip. Big arms of Dream. Misses on another leg drop. Back drop. Dundee over. Tag. On Handsome Jimmy. And Billy catches him coming in. tag on Fergie, and Fergie goes after Yamamoto. Nails handsome. Fergie with a big knee comes back after Tojo. Rich comes in to help out. Now all 6 are in the ring. Dundee fired out by Handsome Jimmy. Yamamoto with a 3-count pin on Carl Fergie in 15 minutes and 15 seconds. The loser of the fall is Fergie. The winning team, Valiant, Yamamoto, and Green again. Fergie almost unnoticed in there. As during the middle of all the action, we had moved back out of the way as Dundee and Valiant were going at it. Yamamoto, Dundee doesn't even know it's over with. Yeah, it was over with, though, as Carl Fergie can attest. When you go into a match like that, Dave, you know you're going to have problems, boy, and it's kind of one of those things, you pays your money and takes your chances. Right. And it started right even before the bell, all that wild scrambling, bang, 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 and I never stopped through it. The poor referee, I felt sorry for him. I know a lot of people criticized because of it. And I do hate to see Carl on the short end of the loser leave town, but as I said, I guess that's part of it, and that's the way it went. We've got more wrestling action. We're going to be right back in here with some of it. We'll be taking a look at it in just a moment.
Hey, where'd you get that sparkle?
I see Janice regularly.
It's more than a look. It's more than a smile. It's feeling good about yourself all the while.
Hey, where'd you get that dazzle?
At the dentist. Regularly.
So get yourself sparkling, get yourself beaming, get yourself glowing, get yourself going.
Many transmission shops are here today and gone tomorrow. So if you think you have a transmission problem, then think about this. AMCO has been in business for over 15 years, and AMCO has over 700 shops in the U.S., Canada, and Alaska. Now, that's experience you can trust, and count on being here for years to come. So if you think you have a transmission problem now, don't worry about having one later. See your locally owned AMCO dealers for a free 19-point multi-check.
We've got TV that'll bring you the whole world before your eyes, and a plan to help you ease your life. We can give you music, the best stereo you can get. It's all waiting for you here, so why not get down, get down, get down. Get down to Jet.
Jet Rental is your place for good appliances. Refrigerators, washers, and dryers, all with easy terms. Let Jet put a little fun in your life.
Discover the refreshing taste of Sterling, because all around town, more and more people are enjoying the crisp, natural taste of pure Sterling beer. Sterling uses nature's finest grains, choice hops captured at their flavor peak, and slow, natural aging with no shortcuts. They all come together to give Sterling its great, refreshing taste. You have our pledge of quality on every Sterling you buy. Sterling, pure Sterling.
And this ought to be some kind of a good scrap in here today, Dave. How about the officials?
It's going to be a match to the expiration of time. Team with the most points to their credit will win the match. Introducing at a total weight of 453 pounds on the left of the screen from Duluth, Minnesota, Dr. Bill Irwin. His partner from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. Going against him, total 452 pounds. From Hendersonville, Tennessee, Wildfire, Tommy Rich. And from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. To the expiration of time, referee Jerry Calhoun.
I'm not so sure that knowing the kind of frame of mind that Dundee's in, and we've talked to him here today, that I'd want to be Oswald and Dr. Bill because he's fired up indeed. Ready, bell time. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, do it. We are. Billy right around behind, yeah.
Boy, round behind Oswald, put him on the mat. Great call for to the referee and a quick one by Dundee. Dr. Bill Irwin took a swing at Dundee. He was a long way from it. Oswald reaching for the hair. The referee right there stopped that. Bill Dundee hanging on. Billy firing the right hand. Back to the corner, and here comes Tommy Rich. Tommy, upper part of the arm is Oswald. Bounced off the rope. Cover by Tommy Rich. Down to one. Oswald breaks it at that point.
Big Doc lurking over there on the ring apron, and man, he's a large one, 242 or 3 pounds out of Duluth. And he can hurt you with those knees, feet, elbows. Man, oh man, he's got them.
The high stepper, Dr. Bill Irwin. Tommy Rich in there right now with a face lock on David Oswald. Here comes Bill Dundee. Superstar using a boot. Oswald hung onto the rope. Good move by Oswald. Dundee hits the mat and hits it hard.
And he also hit Dundee hard, too.
Yeah.
Pounded him with that broad arm.
Dr. Bill Irwin. Duluth, Minnesota. See how high he gets those feet? He's big and he's dangerous. Up in the air. Bill Dundee over the backdrop. A cover by Irwin. 1, 2. Got a 2, and just at the last instant. Boy, the referee's hand was on its way down for the 3 count, but Dundee was able to break the cover at the last possible moment. Another cover by Irwin. Count of 2. Dundee,
yeah.
Dundee's got a boot on the bottom rope. That stops that at the 2 count. 2 minutes, 15 seconds gone in this fall. Dundee bouncing off the rope. David Oswald there with the upper arm. He gets the cover on Dundee. Count of 2 at Dundee. Shoves him off at the 2 count. Dr. Bill Irwin. Bill Dundee up in the air. A body slam. Irwin goes to the rope. Dundee was gone when he got there with the elbow.
Good thing, too.
Yes, sir. Dundee literally flew across the ring and got Irwin off his feet.
Cut his feet right out from under him, but you saw Oswald sneak in there and double hand Dundee in the back, and now there's the tag from the doc.
Time, a definite
factor.
A minute. Yes, sir.
1 minute to go.
Expiration of time action. When the time is all gone, the bell has to be rung. Less than a minute remains as Tommy Rich comes in after the tag. Irwin started after him and tripped on the rope. Tommy Rich. Back to work on Oswald. Now Dr. Bill Irwin. Oswald fired into the rope. Dundee puts it down. Count of 1, 2. Count of 2 is all he gets. Thought maybe Billy had him there. But Oswald broke it at 2. Here's Tommy Rich. 15 seconds remaining. Whip. Oh, Tommy steps over. Bill Dundee punches it down. Count of 2, 3. It's all over. With about 7 seconds remaining in the expiration of time, Bill Dundee pressed Oswald to the mat, held on for the 3 count, and 3 minutes, 59 seconds. The time of the fall.
Teamwork, David. Oh, did you see that last move? Rich faked him out. Old Oswald thought he was doing big things going under, and Dundee caught him with that flying right. Beautiful, and Superstar and Wildfire. They're really getting that timing oiled down now that they've been wrestling together again for a while. Making a great-looking team. The Doc's making a complaint. Nope, we haven't got time for it. We right now are going to take time out. We'll check what we have left, and we'll be back a little bit later. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Jimmy Hart, you are putting up your most prized possessions.
Jerry Lawler, you're right. This is the greatest thing in my life right here, my gold album. And if I thought there was any doubt in the world that you could take this from me, I wouldn't be putting it up. But I know the one man that's got your number, and he's standing right over here right now, Austinite.
Well, there he is, the third paid assassin of...
Let's quit the gaga and let's get down to the meat of the matter right now. I want everybody in the city of Louisville, Kentucky, in the city of Idleville, Kentucky, to turn up your television and scoot it real close to the television and listen to what Austin Idol has to say. And if Jerry Lawler, you are anywhere within the sight of my face and the sound of my voice, you better get some serious attention right now. You know, there's one thing that Jerry Lawler and Austin Idol have in common, that we both hate each other. I am the man, Jerry Lawler knows it, everybody in Louisville knows it. I am the man that put him in the hospital with internal hemorrhaging. I am the man who put him in the hospital with a broken arm. And I am the man who blinded him where he thought he would never see his family or his loved ones again. Now, Lawler, bear in mind one thing, and you bear in mind one thing too, Hart. I don't need anybody's money, and I don't need anybody's help, darling, because I've got everything it takes. I beat Jack Briscoe with a figure 4 leg lock. I've beaten Buddy Rogers when he tried to make his comeback, and believe me, Lawler, in Louisville Tuesday night, I'm going to slap that Las Vegas leg lock on you, and I'm not going to turn loose until a team of wild horses come and try to tear it apart. Lawler, I'm going to break your leg. Watch.
This all happens Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens. We talked most of it away in a lot of action, too, David. What we got real quick?
Hector Guerrero beat Gypsy Joe, Tojo Yamamoto, and Jimmy Valiant winners. The Angel and Skull Murphy beat Koko and Tommy Gilbert, and it was Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee over Dr. Bill Irwin and David Oswald.
By the skin of their chinny
Just
chin
barely,
chin. You better believe it. I'll tell you what, it was a big battle in there. We're delighted to have it. We got more of it coming up next week. One thing to do, you join us every single week right here on Championship Wrestling. You'll be assured of seeing the roughest, toughest wrestling anywhere. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying, bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.